Yo, so I've got quite a bit to talk about. This is a watch list and kind of trade review from July 10th going into July 11th. Um, so we'll start off here. My morning, woke up pre-market, checking my watches, plans I made from yesterday, and it immediately starts frustration. So my plan here was this thing was VVPR was gapping up after hours, and I was looking for an open and a re-break of 3:30, and by 7 a.m., 4 a.m. my time, this thing's already up in the fours, spiking into the fives. So it's already made its move that I would have been looking for. So I'm frustrated there. And then I go over to VRPX, was that T plus one idea, and also here around 7:30 they put out a PR and this thing spikes straight up right into the twos. So now there goes that idea. And then Zap, I was looking for the oops. There we go. I was looking for the first day it was going red, and then again by 7 a.m. this thing's already in the 14s, gapping down from 18. So all of these names are gapping way away from where my plans were. And what I've done in the past is, which I even did the other day on Siri, where it's gapping and not moving as I had planned, as I wanted, to make for like an A plus opportunity. So then I either put small on and kind of chase size, or I start battling it, trying to force what I want to happen and try and finagle a position. And it usually just doesn't play out very well. So my decision was I'm going to avoid those names. Those were main watches going into the day, and they just didn't gap the way I wanted. So I decided instead of emotionally trading them, I'll go to like my secondary watches and try and make some positions there. Zap ended up fading super well. As I've said in the past, I like it when the high a day is that opening range. It helps for backside bounces. So I'm hoping this thing fades basically as low as possible. It's only had one green day. I usually look for at least 1.5 green days. So I'll be looking for a backside bounce maybe on Friday. Ideally, the opening high ends up being the high a day. This thing fades off again all day tomorrow. And then I can look for a backside bounce. It's got lots of range here. So we'll keep an eye. But anyways, that was the lesson from today that I took. So we'll go into some chart review. OPTT, notable double bottom here off 34s. If this thing builds over 50s, I think you could risk here versus 34s. You could get, like, I was thinking maybe an early entry tomorrow with like a couple cents risk off of 34. Low odds of working given all the overhead resistance, but high risk reward. It'd be the trade-off there. Or a break of 50 be higher odds of working, but risk reward down to 34s is a lot worse. So a give and take there, but I'll be keeping an eye now that it's held. Push, pulled, lower high, higher low, and now if it breaks this lower high, I think trend is on. IVP was my breakout trade. It looked good in the moment when I bought this wedge break, this downtrend through the 3.8 or through the 3. What was my entry there? 340 something, 350ish. Through the downtrend. I can zoom in a little bit. It's kind of skewed now that it's moved so much. So I had bought it here before, as I was looking for a weak open, red to green, 3 hold, and right off the open, this thing swipes, starts going straight up. I buy the first pullback for a red to green move, and I sell into the 4s. And then basically around 11, I'm usually getting off desk, and this thing is still topping just under 4s. VWAP kind of acting as resistance. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. It failed morning spike, volume's gone. I'll just leave it alone. No need to try and get another position there. And then I come back to review at the end of the day. This thing goes to 9s. Monster trade opportunity, another one I botched. It is what it is. Right place, right time, great entries, and just screwed up the opportunity. There's this many things going. It's tough for me to have my attention in the right spots, it seems. Let's see, SNGX, my main trader of the day. Plan was a pop into 10s. We got that here right off open. I started putting some on. Downsized here when it started kind of curling back into VWAP. Gosh, these charts are so hard to tell. And then as soon as it stuffed, we had failed fall through momentum under 870s. I rescaled, covered the morning flush, and I was done with that position. Little single there. LGVN, nice multi-day runner here, going from 160s to 6, a nice sort of triple-ish, and failed fall through momentum all day. So I like this close below the open with a bunch of resistance. Now you've got today's overhead. So if this thing doesn't gap down too much, I'd be looking for pops. If we get a gap up, that'd be even better. Use 5s as a guide. Gap down, I'd be looking for a 420 shove and failed fall through momentum back down to $3. I think this would be kind of the same setup as SMGX, where you get that shove into prior bag holders, day 2 move, and then failed fall through momentum. KZIA, hot name of the day, just putting it on radar because this is a crazy percentage move, 400% right now. No plan to trade it tomorrow, but we'll look for a daily structure to start to set up there. NOS, very nice. This thing is volume starting to speed up. They've got sort of this steady grind blowing out shorts into after hours. I'd be looking for pops to use 650 as a guide. If we get the gap up, use 650. If I get the gap down, look for an overextended gap down red to green type play. What else do we got? So we got NOS, possible first red day. LGVN, possible first red day. Zap, lower the better. First green day, backside bounce. Ideally one more red day, lower. VRPX, VVPR, kind of in the same basket. They're breakout charts. So I feel like they have a bit of a higher shareholder base. Whereas stuff like LGVN, I think it's got room to come lower. VRPX and stuff, a lot of longs got involved in that breakout, so not super interested there. And then OPTT ideally starts to hold 30s and break over 50s. So yeah, try and move on to the next. It's tough when, it's still a green day, but when you don't feel like you performed as well as you should have, it still doesn't feel that great, especially when there's this much opportunity out there. So just kind of zone in, NAS, LGVN, and Zap, probably main watches going into tomorrow. And then the other ones will be back burners, just kind of looking to set up like I described. See where we're at pre-market, if these things are gapping how I like. Otherwise, maybe take it easy, but we'll see where we're at in the morning. Those are my plans for now. Hope you guys are trading them well out there. A lot of action. Don't get pulled in too many directions. Get in where you fit in, make some memories, and I'll see you guys in the room.